Welcome everybody to the Hippest Trip on YouTube. We are back. I am trying to figure out some streaming stuff, but I figure we talk about a topic coming up here called the gift loop, and we'll talk about that for a few minutes this morning. And then we'll blast a little positivity your way, and we'll have some giggles and laughs along the way. What I do want to talk about though is that what's been going on, because I started. Oh, let me change over to my regular scene so you guys can give me some feedback if this is actually working. I do not know. Tell me if you guys can see that picture right there. Hopefully you can. Let me know if that's working or not. Hopefully you guys will come on in and we can get a better idea. So if you are the first to arrive in chat, just let me know this is up and running and we will take off here. So let me get back to the main screen and we will chit chat. Yeah, it looks like I'm streaming okay. I'm watching out for glitches this morning to see how bad it is and beat up. I think YouTube probably has gotten very mad because I think I went live like 8 times yesterday trying to fix a glitch. What happened is, I got this new computer and I was all excited and it worked great for like 2 days, and then in the middle of one stream it just wigged out and I haven't been able to solve it. So currently I am streaming off my old computer, Old Faithful here, but it is definitely going a step backwards. It's like going back to 1990s technology here to do it, but I'm hoping it runs well and it's smooth and you guys can see me okay. So we're going to talk about something called the gift loop, which I don't know if that's a real phrase or not. It's just what I call it. And we're going to talk about the fun of the holidays and hopefully end it with a little uplifting, positive message here. But it is fun to kind of dive into the whole holiday stress level, because I know a lot of people get stressed out over the holidays. And oh, Bruce and Paul, thanks for joining and let me know. Please let me know the sound's working good. Hooray! Hell, man, I haven't seen you forever. Hey, how you been? Let me make sure the sound's working good and you guys got everything going on. So what I want to talk about though is the sound and video is all good. I'm back to my old computer, so that's how I'm doing this. So that solves a big mystery, because if it's not glitching here and I seem to have very steady KB, that means it is definitely the computer and not the internet, which is a big mystery solved, because I thought it was maybe the router or the internet. So interesting. And I'm also doing this wirelessly, which is not even hardwired in, so that's not bad for wireless. All right, so let's talk about the gift loop. And you guys know what I'm talking about, right? I hope you do. The gift loop is kind of the term of where you get pulled into giving gifts if you want to or not. And this especially happens, okay, in my experience, I was like a single guy. And me and my brothers, I had a pretty small family. I just had a few brothers and parents. We never had any cousins or uncles. Both my parents were single children. So I didn't have these giant families. Like, it was like 6 of us. So we would do these Christmases, and when we're kids, we give each other gifts, and like your mom or your dad, I remember them giving me a shopping budget. They'd give us like $5 to get my brother a gift or something like that, so we could all give each other gifts. That only lasted, I think, 2 or 3 years, because it was such an ordeal to try to have 4 boys giving each other gifts. And you can't really get much for little money anyway. It was always like junk gifts. So I remember me and my brother stopped giving each other gifts, and then we would just kind of like get stuff for our parents. And for a while, all the way up into college, it got to the point where, after you get old enough, it's like, what do you give your parents? They have everything. So that, what do you do? And what happened was, I started doing gifts for my parents. Like back then, the internet wasn't existing, so I could actually go out, and my dad would like these rare jazz albums you couldn't find anywhere, and I would spend, days going to record shops trying to find him this one album or something that he wouldn't have time to do but didn't cost me a ton of money. So now with the internet, it ruined all that. Um, so, hey, Kate and Fun and Entertainment and Freddie. Of course, Freddie's here. What's happening, man? Miss Waffles, thanks. So here's the situation is I got out of the gift loop for a while. Like in college, people gave you the excuse of, oh, he's a broke college kid, don't worry about it. And then one of my brothers started having kids, so I was like, I probably got to get this kid something. And I give him a gift, and for a little while, and then I kind of didn't for a long time as he got older. So what happened was, as time went on, my other brother started having kids, and it was like, well, I guess I got to get them gifts too. And then my dad got remarried, and I get sisters, and now I got to get sisters gifts and their kids gifts, and you know, and you get to the point where you're looking and you're like, holy cow, I got to give like 30 gifts with kids and grandkids and brothers and for a while you try to keep up with it. When I was married, my first wife was like this southern proper, very into manners kind of, a southern girl from Atlanta. So she very much cared what people thought of her, and we would spend so much money on gifts, and I would be like, whoa, 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 me and my family don't give gifts like this. You're going to make everyone uncomfortable if you show up with tons of gifts. And she didn't care. It was like Southern upbringing that, it's polite to make sure everybody gets a gift. And we would come with like 30 gifts. It was crazy. We'd have to drop thousands of dollars at Christmas. And I used to fight with her and be like, no, let's not do this. Let's just, just keep it normal. We don't need to get in the gift loop. And then what happened is it made an obligation to everybody we gave gifts to, because they were like, oh man, I didn't get you a gift. And then the next year they had to give me a gift. And they were all gifts that, people really didn't know you that well. Like, even though they're my family, they don't really know me, like what I really want or need. So it would always be, like, I remember like getting cologne or something, and I haven't worn cologne since I was like 20. Like, it's like a gift that was like, what? What am I going to do with this? And it was pretty funny because the gifts, it got out of control. And then me and my brothers actually had a meeting, and we were like, that's it. No more gifts. And then that was great because we would just show up, eat, hang out, and there wasn't that, like we would give gifts to the parents. They just wouldn't listen. No matter how much you told them no gifts, they would still get you a gift. So you'd always get something for the parents, but that was it. And then it was like, well, okay, don't get me a gift, but get my kid a gift. And then it was like, well, now we got 20 kids, so I can't get every kid a gift. And it was the gift loop that never ended. So I don't know if you guys have been stuck in the gift loop and why we do it. Like, why it seems like when I give a gift, I like to give gifts when they're unexpected. They're not they're not warranted. Like, I'll almost never give a gift on Valentine's Day. I think it's like super cheesy. But I will give like 3 or 4 gifts for no reason that month. Over like the spring, I might give a gift a month or something just because I like giving gifts. And I give gifts to my friends that help me out just as a way to say thanks. I give gifts to family. I think it's a lot more meaningful, especially if they're meaningful gifts. Like, I listen, and if they say, oh man, I hate my headset, I can't deal with this headset, I'll listen and I'll wait for one to be on sale, I'll buy it and send them a headset or something, much more meaningful than just like, here's some cologne, dude, you're a guy. Um, so, so I don't, which topic, I'm sorry, I can't understand which topic you speak. Please clear first which topic you speak, Doc. I don't understand that, Fun. Are you saying because I'm jumping around? I'm still on the trapped in the gift loop, so I don't know if any of you guys understand what this is. Tell me if in the comments if you're going through this with your families, and how you get out. Because when you're trying to, as you guys know, I'm not financially in a good position anymore like I used to be. But so it's a big burden to like get involved. I used to buy all the grandkids silver or gold, precious coins. I was like, this is a gift that they'll probably hold on to and not just piss away on something. So, wait, he's getting lag? Fun and entertainment. Is anybody else getting lag on this? Kate, are you getting lag?
I don't have my headphones on. Let me check it.
If any of you guys are getting lag, let me know. Because if it's just his, then that's on his end. But I've been having massive problems with my internet feeds. I tried to get it to go 8 times yesterday, so I'm back on my old computer. You'll notice kind of the older look, and I'm making sure because the kilobits a second are streaming good. So I think it might be on your end, Fun. Um, so I'm actually had to go back on my hamster computer, my Mac that's powered by one hamster, compared to my new PC that's powered by probably 3 or 4 hamsters. So um, I'm upping the hamster speed, but unfortunately it's gone completely crazy there and keeps crashing my stream. So this is good. At least I can do my interview Saturday. I have an interview coming up with Diana, who coaches small women on business and entrepreneurship. So we're gonna talk to her. She just put a story out how to start a business with no money. So I'm kind of like, I'm listening. And we're gonna talk to her, and I'll do a little invite tomorrow, so you'll know more about that. But I'm having a live show. I believe we're doing it at noon on Saturday at Eastern Central Time. That's New York time for you international folks. If you want to talk, we're going to talk about goal setting, if it's necessary or if it's not. Like, I go back and forth on this. I do good goal setting, and then I get depressed that I don't hit my goals. So, like, is it good for me or not? I don't know, but we're going to talk about that. Um, so anyone else that's getting lagged, let me know. If it's just fun and entertainment, like I said, that's on him. I don't know. Um, so let me know. Anyway, um, the other thing. So what do we do about the gift loop? Let's go back to the gift loop. If you're just coming in, I see some people just kind of wandering in here late. The gift loop is where you start out buying gifts for like family and then they start having larger families, and then they start having more kids and kids, and then your kids have to get gifts for their kids, and before you know it, you've got like 30 people you're giving gifts on and off to. You're giving gifts to people at the office, you're giving gifts to people at work, you're giving gifts to the mailman, you're giving gifts to. It gets out of control. Now, I like giving gifts. I love, this is part of just experience in being a better person. Is it's a really good feeling to give a gift, no strings attached. Just here it is, enjoy it, and seeing the joy it brings that some people get, especially like if it's a important gift or they're in a hard time. And this is why I think, one day when the universe decides to make me rich, I'm probably gonna end up giving most of it away because I just enjoy that feeling for myself, but it's also a feeling uh, for the person to get excited. I mean, imagine like, all right, someone like me that I really want to produce a good show, but I don't have the equipment, so it's like this. But imagine some angel out there gives me, here's $3,000, go get the best equipment you can buy. I'd be like, man, this is incredible. I would like to be that person that can be like, oh yeah, my friends are doing cool stuff. Here, Unirock, take $3,000, enjoy yourself. That kind of giving would be so cool, and it would be. I think a life of a philanthropist would be just amazing. So, universe, if you're listening, I'm ready. I'm ready for that lottery. That'd be good. So I think how do we? I'm gonna go back to the gift loop. It's fun, but it's not fun when it's obligatory. When it's obligations, it's not fun anymore, man. Um, because you're forced to deal with that, and you're basically doing it because of the social stigma of not doing it, being the only person to show up without gifts for your sister's kids, or the the social obligations too. That like, why do you give office gifts? You give gifts to people you barely know at your office because you're having an office party. To me, I'd much rather save my money over the holidays And if I want to really give a gift, give a meaningful gift. Now, it doesn't mean you can't give gifts at the holidays, sure. But I feel like a lot of times, if you're not watching, it'll spiral out of control. I'm not kidding when I told you that my ex-wife would spend a massive amount of our money on these gifts, and I'd like beg her to stop, but she just wouldn't because of she was worried about what people would think. And um, and believe me, I'm not the first person to complain about consumerism on holidays by any means. There's a lot of people out there that bitch about Christmas. That's all consumerism now, um, and it's all about gifts. And it was nice because for a few years I pretty much went down to absolutely doing no gifts. The um, yeah, and so let's talk about the comments because I'm not trying to ignore you guys. It's just harder on this new computer. Um, Yeah, Ray's saying it's not fun when it leaves you completely broke too. Right. I mean, I know a lot of my viewers are with me, man. We're just kind of like living hand to mouth, and you get really stressed out around the holidays. Of okay, this is like 3 paychecks that are going just to gifts. So, yeah, I would say you guys keep talking about baking gifts and edibles and man, that is a great gift because for $5 or something you can make some cookies to feed 3 or 4 people. And I love getting homemade baked goods. Man, when I was a full-time chiropractor, that was the best time of year, man. My patients that I had a good relationship with most of my patients. Like I really loved them and cared about them, and that comes through. And they would show up at the holidays and just give me baskets of food. It was so nice. I mean, it was out of control though in a way. I'd have to send a bunch home with my staff because I could. There's no way we could eat all this, and I'd put them out for other patients. I mean, I would get like tons of banana breads and cookies, I do love the baked stuff. So that's a good gift, and it's a good way to deal with the loop, because you kind of want to do something um, personal, but then also some kids don't get it. I remember it was a girl I knew that hand painted cards for everyone in her family. Like did little water art and made a Christmas card for each person. So it didn't cost him much, but it cost him a lot of time. And she was so upset because like her family got it and was like, "Oh, okay, it's a card. Thanks. Boom. All right, let me see the next gift. Where's the Xbox? And she was so mad. She was like, "I'm not giving gifts ever again to those people. They're so ungrateful." And it kind of brings out the bad side, especially. That's the other side of this. What happens when you give a gift that isn't well received? Or how many people, and maybe you're this person I used to know would take gifts back, and that can cause a lot of problems because people will be like, "Well, I never see you wear that sweater," and you're like, it's because I took it back for store credit." Like, man, the mess of the holidays, and all that comes from obligatory giving, like feeling like you have to get someone a gift. So I think it should be person to person, and the way me and my brothers handled it is we actually had a meeting about it and was like, this is out of control. Let's all stop doing this, and we stopped doing it, and um, everybody was cool with it, and it saved us a lot of money, headaches, and hassle. I still care about my brothers. Every once in a while, they'll bring me, my brother. One of my brothers travels. He might bring something cool back, but it wasn't like it didn't feel obligatory. It's just like, hey man, I was in Taiwan and I got you these $3 things because they were cool. Here's whatever. And so those kind of things are good. I still, I try to give my time. Like I can't give my dad an expensive gift, but I spent 100 hours making, documentary videos about him. Those kind of things. There are other ways to do it if you're broke for people you really care about. You can find something you really like and, do something for them. But I just, my audience here, I think you guys look a lot past money, and I hope you get out of the whole, I have to buy electronics, I have to buy money, like do something original and put some time into stuff you love if you really want to do something for the holidays. And you could be a social trend wrecker and just say, screw it, I'm not doing this over the holidays. I just tell everybody ahead of time, don't buy me a gift. I don't want to do this. I just want to show up, eat, hang out. And if you want to give gifts later on, give them a birthday gift. Get them a gift for no reason. Send your mom some flowers, whatever. It's just we do this stuff because we're raised doing it. Society tells us to do it. Consumerism has pushed it. We're marketed to it, and it's like there's no other way. And so that was it. The other thing is, let's see what. So that I just wanted to get out of the dance of the whole thing. I'm not sure what's going on in the chat here, so let me take care of that there. Let's no. So if you guys are just coming in late, I'm on my old computer to see if I can at least do this so we can run an interview, and I am trying to make sure that the interview is good to go. So that's what's up. I at least will be able to do the interview Saturday. If you guys can tune in around noon, come on. It'll be a good time. Um, so that's all that's going on. So let's end with some positivity, though. How do we do this? How do we get out of the trap? Right? I think communication is the way you get out of the trap. And don't wait till the last minute because people are already out shopping for you. If you have siblings, send that email to all of them. Hey guys, it's getting really expensive. Some of the other way, sometimes what we did is we went back to giving gag gifts. We did the white elephant Christmas, and those were a lot of fun. $5 gifts, and you stick somebody with the toilet brush or whatever. So that's about all I got going on with ideas. So I'm curious if you guys want to leave some ideas in the comments. If you want to deal with that in the chat, I appreciate that. Oh yeah, thanks Lava Girl. Yeah, these are the old school ceramics. I love them. So that's about it. Miss Waffles, thanks for refereeing in there. I haven't had a troll in a while. It's new. I haven't got a troll in a bit time, so I appreciate that. I think that's all I'm gonna wrap this up with. So I'm just some feedback before I go though, guys. Is this stream working good? It looks like the bit rate's good. It didn't drop. I don't think it lagged. I don't think it kicked us out of the stream. I'm probably gonna come back on later today and test my other equipment to figure out what the deal is, why it's doing it. But this is good to know. At least I have my old school backup that we can do it this way. All right. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. If you're new, I'd appreciate you subscribing. If you do, you'll actually see the catnip cat appear. Paul, thanks for telling me the stream was perfect. I appreciate that. And the other thing is, I appreciate my Patreons. I've got 3 Patreons. I just started last week, so I'm pretty excited about that. And thank you so much. I'm hoping to do some exclusive content, a little extra bonus content over there when we get enough interest going in there. So I appreciate that. Vicky, if you didn't get a notice, I don't know what's up with YouTube. You got to hit the little bell, right, next to my subscribe. If you didn't get a notice, there's another trick we can do. Twitch is much better at telling you when I go live. Like when Unirock goes live on Twitch, I know in like 30 seconds. Go subscribe to my Twitch feed. It's just Terran Lupo, I think, or maybe under Dr. Lupo. I think it's Terran Lupo. On my Twitch. If you go subscribe to my Twitch, you'll never miss a notification. So I don't trust YouTube to really notify you. Go sign up at Twitch, and you have to like follow me at Twitch and then tell it to. There's like I can't remember what it is, but there's some sort of button you says that's like alert me when he goes live, and you hit that. Yeah, Twitch will always. Twitch seems to do a much better job than the powers that be at YouTube. I don't know why it is haunted over at YouTube. Like some people get notifications right away, a lot of people don't. I don't know what it was. So Twitch I know works real good, and plus I'm still trying to build a Twitch audience. There's a lot of stuff going on this week behind the scenes that you guys don't know. I have been slowly experimenting over at other platforms. Once I know what's going on, I'm testing them for a few months to see where I'm going to land. outside of YouTube. And now I don't think I'll ever go completely away from YouTube, but I don't want to happen what happened to Vegan Warrior, where he was here one day and then they took away his channel the next, and they gave him no explanation. They're just like, "You're done." Um, and Vegan's a friend of the show, and and Unirock, same thing. He had to start a whole other channel, so he got his channel back, but I don't want to go through that. So I'm trying to build audience outside this. So if you'd subscribe over at Twitch, that'd be great, and I'd appreciate that. And also, I'm looking at some other platforms, and I'll let you guys know how I feel because I'm still testing out. Steam. It's been around for a while. Uh, I'm not sure how I feel about Steam, and I go back and forth. It's kind of there's things I like about it. There's things I don't. They just came out with DTube, like a decentralized DTube, where you can put up videos and they don't get taken down. Um, it's pretty interesting over there, but DTube's just getting going and still kind of glitchy. All the stuff's in beta, so I'm experimenting with DTube. I'm experimenting over at Minds TV. Minds TV, not Minds TV, excuse me, just Minds.com. Minds.com's kind of like a new Facebook that's more for people. They advertise free speech and no algorithms. They don't as far as I understand, they don't track you and sell your information or none of that. I'm still playing at Minds. I don't know. So far, I like it. It has some limitations, but again, it's in beta, so give it a year, and it's probably be awesome. And the other thing I'm playing with that I really am excited about, but it's very clunky right now, is Library, LBRY, and that is really interesting. Like that could end up being huge, huge, huge because it is peer to peer, true peer to peer. These other ones are still going through nodes. Um, they still have server nodes, so they can DTube, even though it's much more free than YouTube, still has some nodes and stuff like that. And as they decentralize, maybe they will decentralize more. That'd be great. But Library is actually doing a lot of the dirty work, heavy listing, where that is kind of like a peer-to-peer network where you can put videos up, and they're slowly developing it into. They're trying to get like all the heavy lifting underneath done first, so it's not that pretty when you go over there. The beta, it's kind of clunky and it takes a while to upload stuff, and there's you got to learn. But as time comes, some smart dude's going to make an app that makes it really simple, you know on top of this network. But what's cool about them are they are completely decentralized, where if you put a video up, it's never coming down. And not only that, as far as I understand, I mean, it's like trying to. You don't remember, this might date me a little bit, when Napster was trying to enforce music and copyright, and they just, when they were trying to push that on Napster, and what would happen was, like, the next day Pirate Bay would pop up or something else. There's no way to control copyright on decentralized. So there's good stuff about that and bad stuff. But if you're making controversial videos that YouTube throws out, it's kind of nice to have them up there where they can't be thrown out. They're on other people's computers and they're torrented all over. The problem was you had to be very smart to kind of torrent. Like 99% of the people don't really understand it or would never use it. You have to judge it by, would my mom use this technology? And torrenting is, even though it's powerful, it's still not usable very easily. So they're trying to bridge that gap of making a network that's torrented but also usable. And I'm excited, but Library is still very raw when I was over there playing with it. So, and then Twitch. Twitch is still kind of cool. Like, I like the way they handle copyright stuff better. Say you play music that is copyrighted. YouTube strikes you and punishes your channel. Twitch just mutes the music. So, like, if there's a problem, they just mute it out. They still leave up the video, and you don't get a strike, and you don't lose your channel. So, I like the way Twitch does stuff better. And I'm at this point, I'm just kind of throwing it everywhere and seeing where I build an audience, and that's where I'll start pushing people. So that should be interesting. Reverend Hall, who's going to ensure the saving of the video? Could you be a little more explanatory? And Paul, if you need IT help, I can use Team Server to remote in and help you. I might, Paul, if you can email me. I've got some friends working on this. Like my buddy, I got some pretty smart tech guys, and they are stumped, man. We cannot figure out why uh, OSB is just haunted. I'm gonna try to completely remove it today and put it back on. Maybe it just picked up a glitch somewhere. Because what happens is I went into the statistics, and you can track your videos over at Twitch. They have like this thing that'll show you how well your bit rate and how well your frame rate is, and it's completely steady. And then in the middle of a show I did December 1st, where I was just talking about like Christmas stuff, I was showing like cheesy Christmas videos. The thing just goes haywire in the middle of a show and is never fixed. So it makes me think that some reason something turned on automatically on OBS, that there's some sort of internal setting that I don't control that is trying to push bit rate way faster than it can go. That's what I think, because its bit rate drops. It speeds and then valleys and feeds and valleys. So for you guys that don't know what we're talking about, it's kind of like, okay, imagine you got this modem, that thing that if you're really basic, that black box that the internet company gives you, and then there's a wire that goes to your computer, and there's information that comes from the black box, and there's information you send back to the black box. It's kind of like a highway. That's your road. Well, my tests are showing that my road is clear. But what's happening is I'm having rush hours. All the information's coming out at once and causing a traffic jam, and nothing's getting out. And then all the information comes out at once and causing a traffic jam. So even if I turn my bitrate way down, I'm still getting stops and starts, and that's when you guys see these major lags and glitches. I don't know why it's happening. Nobody can figure it out. I don't know. So I'm just gonna reinstall everything, and that's what's up. Wow. Was that too? I hear he's high maintenance. The clock. Are you talking about me? What did I miss here? Yeah. If you see my channel, I do it at 180p. Wow. Yeah, Paul. Everything. I have a fast video card now. I got a good processor. It ran good for like a day and a half, and then it just went crazy in the middle of a stream, and I've never been able to fix it since. So what the heck happened? If you stream on OSB, I'd love your help, Paul. That'd be great. You can email me. I'll drop my email in the chat right now. Email me and we'll take it off air. And anybody who wants to contact me, you can always contact me by email. I'm not the best at getting back to it all the time. Oh, Vicky, you think it's the clock. All right, I'm not a tech guy, so explain to me, how does the clock affect the bit rates? Because I'm not exactly sure. And how do you turn the clock, slow it down, or even it out so it's not erratic? Vicky, if you know about this too, please email me, because I'm at my wit's end. You don't, I mean, I'm like, yeah, let's do a positivity show. Wake up, let's get it going. And then I'm like, oh, my stream all day long. It's so painful. It hurts. And then that's it. So, like, I'm sitting here trying to be the model of positivity, and I'm going through like massively frustrating tests. Because I'm just starting to get the show going again, and I'm like setting guests up, and of course I can't use any of the stuff. So that's what I'm. Oh, okay. So Vicky, you're just not. You're just playing with me. All right. So you don't sure. You're talking about the clock. That's all I got going on. Fun. I hope that those folks helped you out. That's good. And so I hope you guys leave also some comments about the GIF loop. That's always fun too. I'm curious what you say about the GIF loop. Oh wait, is it glitching or not? Or did you guys glitch right there for a sec or not? I don't know. Tell me if that. Oh, the cat clock. Yeah, the cat clock stopped working about a month ago. I can get it to work for short periods. I went online, and apparently this thing's like very temperamental. It's never worked right since I bought it. I think I got a bad clock. I probably should have sent it back, but I was so excited to have the clock. So yeah, that's what's going on with the clock. I want to get it fixed. I'll probably have to go and look at YouTube videos on how to fix it. If not, I might just buy another one and write it off to the universe that he Now, I love the clock so much, I'll get another, but I just want to get one that actually runs. So listen, if you're listening to this Kit Kat clock, people, I would love a clock that works because I love your clock. Um, but yeah, it hasn't been working in a while. That being said, um, oh, Behind the Veil says you had one a long time ago and it never worked. Yeah, here's what I found out is because it moves eyes as the tail swings. It's on like a very, very precise mechanism. It has to have zero friction. So if there's like dust in the eyes, every time the eyes move, it slows it down a little. And it slows it down. So you have to completely take it apart and clean it to get all the dust out of it, and then it'll start working. I'm almost tempted to spray like WD-40 in there, so there's just no friction. But I don't know if that'll screw it up. Clean the eyes. Yeah, that's probably what I need to do. It's just, it's like one more thing. There's always something. I just want stuff that works. What happened to stuff that just works? That's not always broken. That I gotta align the stars right and fix. I guess the days of having like quality products are gone. Like everything needs to be fiddled with. When you bought something in the 60s and 70s, it was like made of metal and wood, and it never broke. Like I still have stuff in the 70s that use today. It's fine. It never breaks. So Tracy, the air blaster for the keyboards. Yeah, that might be a good idea and a fast way to do it. Just spray it down and blow it out. That's not a bad idea. I wonder if I have one. And or maybe even like oil it, and we'll just see what happens. Because at this point, it doesn't work. So yeah, everything new will self-destruct. And Vicky, it's on purpose. If you didn't know that, in the marketing industry, there's terms where they talk about when they want to sell you more than one product. So they don't want to sell a product that you can have for 30 years. They want it to have a lifetime where it breaks and you buy the new version of it. So, you got an air fryer. That thing's designed to only work 2 or 3 years and break. And then you'll buy the new air fryer when it comes out. And now we have air fryers with buttons, or whatever. So there is a term in electronics where they purposely do that now. Where back in the day, that wasn't even a thought. You got good sales for having a quality product. Now they want you to, designed obsolescence. Thank you. Freddie knew what I was talking about. And especially electronical. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. I mean, you guys know this computer I just bought is like top of the line a year and a half ago. So I got it for $375. It's about an $800 computer because I used all these crazy discounts and all this. Year and a half old. So, I mean, you couldn't even buy the graphics card in it for $375 a year ago. Couldn't even buy one piece of it. Got the whole computer for this. So it's one of those things that it is designed. Now, computers, they're just getting better and better. So that's why they become obsolete. But a lot of electronical devices are expected to blow up. Like, I don't know if you guys remember, there was a thing called TiVo. And before every satellite company had DVR in it. For you guys that don't know what I'm talking about, you can program your cable company to go and act like a VCR and pull shows so they're ready to watch anytime you want. It basically is like a super fancy electronical VCR. Well, when the technology first arrived, there were these things called TiVo boxes around 2000. And TiVo, you could plug it into your cable and it would start recording commercials, and you'd have to I mean, this is how old it was. You put your phone line into it and it would load the schedule and find for your area, so it would make recording shows as easy as possible. The thing about TiVo, though, is for you to have a constant update, it wants you to pay a monthly fee. But when you got TiVo when it first started, you could buy a lifetime for like $190 or something. I think I dropped $200 instead of paying $20 a month. So after like 2 years, I was in the clear. Well, of course, guess what happens around year 1.5? the TiVo blows up, it doesn't work anymore, it glitches out, and I can't fix it. So I call them and they're like, nope, sorry, your lifetime thing you paid only exists on that box. So if you buy a new box, you have to buy a new lifetime. Like, we can't transfer it. And I'm like, of course you can transfer it. I mean, you won't transfer it. And I used to get these huge fights with these TiVo people because they would sell a box that would self-destruct, and they would sell you a lifetime warranty. Like, oh, you got free service a lifetime in the box, but wink, wink, we know it's going to break in about 18 months, so we're not worried about it. You know, it was, yeah, it was the same way. So, Miss Waffles, I'd love to have my original phone back. I don't even know if the towers support the original phones anymore. They've made it so you have to have like a GPS tracker in your phone. I remember the days before GPS and the brick phones and those things that would just be a phone, and you could text. You remember the texting you'd have to do through the numbers? You'd have to like hit A 4 times and then B 6 times. Like, texting was murder back then. Um, yeah, Paul, you use Kodi. Now, I do use Kodi off of my Amazon stick, but I found out something very disturbing yesterday was the Amazon stick, which I love, is dropping YouTube at the beginning of the year. I mean, it's already hard enough being a YouTube creator. Now they're going to take away everybody that wants to watch it on TV through Amazon. Um, that sucks. So now I'm looking at an alternative, and I'm like, Cody's so slow and cumbersome to run on the stick. Maybe it's worth the money to jump up to a good box like a NVIDIA Shield or something. Drop the money and rock Kodi. If you guys don't know what we're talking about, Kodi's a service that pretty much lets you watch any show or movie you've ever wanted to from other people's computers. Um, so you're kind of like streaming stuff. If you don't want to pay for Game of Thrones and you're on, you're like, hey, I don't want to pay HBO $10 just for one show. A lot of people go watch that through Kodi. And Kodi is an app that you can run on, I believe you can just run it on a computer. I've never run it just on a computer, but people do it through their Xboxes or PlayStations, or I do it through an Amazon stick, the little stick that goes in the back, the Fire Stick. But yeah, so I need to maybe find a better setup for my Kodi because I don't mess. You use an old Windows PC, like an old laptop. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. I mean, we do have one around. It's not that bad. Um, T9 texting, y'all. I don't know what that means, Vicky. Are we talking too technical? I'm sorry. I'll go back to talking about TiVo. We'll go back to where the Motorola's flip phones. Yeah, yeah. The Razor flips. Those Razors, man, are indestructible. Those are great phones, man. You could blow them up, and you could buy, like, everybody had this Razor phone, so you could just buy another for like $20 and take the parts and create another phone. I built a bunch of Razor phones. They were great. Um, so Paul, you run it through an old Dell. Yeah, I don't really. I mean, if I had a computer laying around, I might do it. Oh, looks like somebody's at the door. So I guess this is the end of the show. I appreciate you guys. It looks like it streamed well. So we're on for Saturday for my interview. Please be there or be square. I'll drop some more information. So thank you. Love y'all. Stay positive. If you're going to go shopping, please go through Amazon and check out my link because I'd really, really like to be in that loop somewhere. Remember, what happens is if you go through my link at the end, it's in the description here. It'll be like, click here from Amazon. It'll take you to one of my books. Just ignore that and start shopping. And when you check out, Amazon splits, gives me a little fee for that. It's a little thank you. It doesn't cost you anything. If you're gonna do the shopping anyway, just please do it through me. So, all right, I've got to get going. It sounds like. Be nice to your cats. Yes, I see that. Love you guys. Thanks for stopping by. Bye.